Well, hello. Hello, hello. Look who I have found here. Would you like to introduce yourself, because probably nobody knows who you are?
I'm Timothy's best friend. He allows me to be called JP Sears.
That's a good question, actually, that you just brought up. Can a best friendship be one-sided? Like, let's say that you and I had a friendship for...
So you're my friend, but I'm not your
Yeah,
friend.
like you consider me your best friend, but I'm just like, if someone asks me how do I know you, I'm like, yeah, he's just like an acquaintance.
That would be an asymmetrical friendship, and maybe that's okay.
Yeah, if anyone out there needs counseling because your best friend doesn't consider you their best friend, you can hit me up. Best friendship counseling. But yeah, I am honored and just so happy to be here with what I would consider one of my best friends, JP. We just so happened to both be in San Diego, or not San Diego, I was in San Diego, he was in LA, so I drove up here to be with him for the day. And you know, we went to go get some lunch at Whole Foods, and here I was sitting there, and many people came and approached JP saying like how they really love his videos and love his work. And I realized that this is an interesting thing that's coming up for me, like being the friend of someone who, in my perspective, is becoming has become famous. And I think one of my most obvious observations thus far, are we crossing here?
Yeah, that's going to hit the...
Okay. One of my most obvious observations has become how people approach JP. Like, some people approach him like with a very stoic, like conservative attitude, and they're like, hi, I really like your videos. And then some people approach him with like a real childlike manner, just like super excited, like looks like they're about to pee their pants. And personally, that's the type of approach that I more so resonate with. So that's been one of my observations. And the other is just like, how do I feel? Do I feel jealous? Do I feel disrupted that, you know, people are coming up while JP and I are having some conversation? And so far, no. I don't feel any of those things. I actually feel genuinely happy for JP and for the lives that he's impacting. But I could imagine, which makes me think that maybe I am experiencing a low level of jealousy in the future. Like, if, you know, all the time JP and I are hanging out, people are coming up to him and recognizing his videos and maybe not even acknowledging me. Because, believe it or not, at one time there were these three brothers called the Rob Bros.
I never heard of them. What?
Yeah, and we had a YouTube channel.
This is going on the Rob Ross channel?
Yeah, this is on this.
Make sure.
But yeah, I just felt compelled to just kind of open this up, this conversation up between me, JP, and anyone watching, and just kind of putting yourself in my shoes. And how would you feel if your friend became famous, or you perceived your friend becoming famous? But I guess what I want to conclude with this is the best policy is honesty. And as I go through this journey with my friend JP of him becoming really well known, that I've made a commitment to myself and to God that I just want to be honest as I possibly can with what's coming up for me and what's coming up. Yeah, and I think that's just the best way to maintain real relationships.
Amen to that, brother. I love how you mentioned honesty is the best policy. I think being honest with ourselves means we're honoring ourselves. Honesty and honoring come from the same root word. So I think it's sometimes we overlook what I would judge to be a fact, that when we're honest with ourselves and therefore other people, we're honoring ourselves. And I think honoring ourselves is, our strength always comes from honoring ourselves. Doesn't mean it's comfortable. Doesn't mean we see like the strength like pile on right away. But in one of my deepest truths that I'm delusional enough to believe, that hearing your words brought up for me, is our strength always comes from honoring ourselves. We can never go wrong if we honor ourselves through honesty. Sometimes I think we can delusionally believe we've done wrong, delusionally believe, well, maybe I shouldn't have been honoring myself, but I think it's like the system, it's flawless. We can never go wrong if we honor ourselves.
And am I allowed to disagree with you on this video?
Let me check my horoscope. It says I will be disagreed with today. We'll allow it. It's according to Aries.
Well, the truth is I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I actually am 100% on board. Maybe not, we'll say 99% on board, just because 100% is a pretty bold thing to say. But thank you, JP. And something I've also, just the last completion of this topic is, even if JP did like me for someone that I was pretending to be, or if he liked me for maybe the 90% of Timothy that I was bringing towards our friendship, I couldn't really appreciate and feel that love, because I know deep down in my heart that there's a 10% of me that he doesn't even know. So I challenge you, if you're not being 100% or as close to 100% as you can be with your relationships, maybe there's a part of you that you're not allowing to appreciate those relationships as much as you possibly can. So keep pushing forward in the authenticity and honesty.
I was just going to ask, do you know what I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
The if I'm allowed to intrude on your video, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you more in British Columbia. And I think some of your lovely viewers I know are going to be there. I am so looking forward to that retreat.
Yeah, bro. I say this from the depth of my honest heart, is this is going to be a super powerful experience. I mean, JP is going to be there. I'm going to be there. My brother Daniel's going to be there. Elliot Hulse, Benji Man, and a few others. And I just don't even know what happens when you get so many people who are willing to be themselves in the same area on a beautiful property in the most beautiful time of year, British Columbia. So thanks for reminding me. If you want to be part of that, I'll put the link above. You can click on it to inquire, to learn more. Yeah, and if you want, oh yeah, another thing about that, my brother and I were talking about that on the phone actually. I understand that coming on a retreat to this magnitude could be a bit intimidating for myself, possibly for you watching this video. But I just want to say that if you're feeling intimidated, if you're feeling the fear of making it happen, that's okay. You can feel that way, but don't let it stop you from inquiring. Because I'll tell you that we might end up with just the people that I mentioned there. I mean, JP, Elliot Hulse, Daniel, Benjamin, and maybe like a group of like a small group, because so many people were not willing to take that leap of faith or overcome their fear that they were facing when applying or inquiring about this retreat. So if that resonates with you, click on the link. Don't let fear stop you, baby. All right, we'll see you in British Columbia, maybe, and if not, see you soon.